Okay, hello everyone. Today we have a video from AJ from yesterday's pieces. I think this is the second piece that we did, or the third, not totally sure. But we're gonna analyze it through. We're gonna let it run first, normal speed. Good, so now we are in normal speed. We're gonna start from the finish. Try to zoom it in. So AJ, what I've seen in the Anna Marie, you didn't do it today in the mass, but seems honestly that you don't finish the stroke completely. It seems like you're finishing like way too far from your body. Again, we always need to finish in front of our body, but I think that this is a little too. It looks like honestly that you need to fix something on the Anna Marie. Feels like you need to bring the foot stretchers probably towards the sternum, because it feels you're not finishing stroke. It feels like really short. And again, I don't want you to finish to the sides, but I would like you to align yourself better. So moving the foot stretchers to the stern, it's gonna put you closer, and it's gonna be more comfortable. So that's the first thing I realized. You didn't do it on the mass today, so that's a good sign. So it means that it can be fixed. But I want you to see how far. Look how weird it is, the finish. Look, take a look at this. It looks too far from each other, too far from your body. It looks a little weird, and it looks uncomfortable. And when you roll, that's probably why it makes your stroke shorter. That's the first thing I saw. But again, today on the mass, during the steady state, it looked way better. So good job today. Cool. So we have the finish. You have the release. Remember that we talked. Sorry, I have my cat meowing in the background, so it's gonna be interesting. As we were talking today, we release with the tip of our fingers. So that's, I can see you work on it. Today you were doing a little better. Again, the position of the hands, the finish makes it a little tricky. And the release, let's take a look at the release. The release look that you're washing water, so that's also caused by the path measuring on your boat. If you bring the foot stretchers on the stern, and probably if we try to like bring it up a little more, or like try to fix something on the height, it's gonna make it better. We need to spend some time on it. So during the private lesson, we're gonna try different things. And you do hands away. And look how you do hands away. There's nobody over, and your knees are going up. We need to give, even when we're going at higher rates, we need to be conscious that we need to do the hands away, body over, while we keep our legs down. See how fast the knees go. Today, when I was telling you at the mass, you were doing way better, so I'm really happy to see that. But at the same time, we need to keep it when we are at higher rates, which is a tricky part, right? But that's why we need to practice it during steady state. Good, then you're going to the catch. Your legs open a little too much, so I would like you to keep your knees a little more together. It's gonna make it easy to sit up and to keep a good posture. And then you square a little too late, which we haven't worked about it too much today because we had other priorities. But I would like you to think to start feathering right here at half slide, half feather. This is something I've been repeating a lot, and it's really useful. And see how you release, how you square last minute, and before you square, the hands touch the water, and your knees are open, which I'm sure it makes it a little more trickier. And then you place the plate. Okay, now here comes the tricky part that we were talking today. Look how deep your plates go in the water. From here, deep. And I also want to take a look at your hands, how they are super low here. Then they go up, low, and up. That's what we call the rainbow, because it goes up and then down. Remember what we talked about yesterday with Arthur, and when we talked today about some faults. And you go to the finish, it goes up, up, up. The plates are super deep. Seems like the port plate is even way deeper, and the starboard plate is washing out water. And then you finish again, super far from each hand, super far from your body. Real tricky. So I want you to think when you get here at the catch. Let's see if I can get some drawing. Straight line. See how different it is? This line actually is not really good. Let me try it again. It's hard to draw these things. So from here should be a straight line. See how high they go here, and there they go normal, and there they go low. So it's honestly a pretty weird rainbow that you're doing. It's really hard to see it. To see a straight line like this. Oops, I'm gonna clear again. So you're digging way too much because you're bringing your hands up during the drive. On port side mostly. Let's go back a little, see if you do it. Because there's a point that you go too deep with both, but then you wash water with starboard, while the port plate is still in the water. So that's something that probably we can improve. Wait a second. Sammy. Shh. It's okay, it's okay. Shh. Oh. Sorry, my girlfriend Scott is meowing. Hi, Sammy. Say hi. So yeah, just try to think a gentle drive to relax. And let's zoom in on the blade. Oops, sorry. Let's zoom in on the blade position. We're gonna go to the catch. See how deep it goes here. Boom, almost halfway on the yacht. I honestly just want this part buried. So this will be great. This is a great position of your hands. But then after this, you bring your hands up and you dig way more. So just think in burying the plate, just burying the white part of the yacht, and that's it. And then keeping your hands horizontal, and not bringing them up or down and all this stuff, okay? Try to be really conscious about it. We'll work on it. But again, today you look like a completely different person, so great job. We're gonna keep reminding you about stuff. Think about being gentle and doing small adjustments, okay?